Attention on the net, this is CNTD performing the launch status checks. Verify ready to resume count and go for launch. OTC.
OTC go.
TBC.
TBC go.
TTC.
TTC go.
LPS.
LPS is go.
Houston flight.
Houston flight is go.
Mila.
Mila's go.
STM.
STM's go.
Safety console.
Safety's go.
SPE.
SP is go.
LRD.
LRD copies.
LRD. Verify ready to resume count.
LRD is go.
SRO.
SRO's go.
And CDR.
CDR is go.
And launch director NTD.
Launch director, go ahead.
Yes, sir. At this time, I can give you step 1126. Our launch team is ready to proceed. We are tracking no constraints.
All right, copy that. I'll conduct my poll. KSC processing, chief engineer, verify no constraints to launch. No constraints. Copy, thank you, Steve. KSC shuttle, safety mission assurance. KSC safety and mission assurance is ready to go, Pete. Copy, thanks, Mark. KSC payload launch manager. Pete, the ISS ground processing team's ready to go. Copy that, thanks, Bill. Range weather.
Weather has no constraints for launch.
Thank you, Kathy. And ops manager.
Let's see, Pete, we're looking good at concur. We got no constraints, no issues here from the MMT. You are go to launch.
Copy that, thanks, Mike. Discovery, launch director.
Discovery, go ahead, sir.
Well, CJ, the vehicle's clean and the teams are go. And this time Mother Nature is cooperating, so it looks like third time really is the charm. We wish you and your team good luck and Godspeed.
Thanks, Pete. On behalf of the crew of Discovery, thanks to everyone who helped prepare for this mission. Let's go step up the science on the International Space Station.
At NTD Launch Director, you do have a go to launch Discovery.
And I copy that, launch director. And attention on the net, we have 4 minutes, 9 seconds left in our hold here at T-minus 9 minutes. PLSs go for ET LO2 pressurization.
PLT OTC, clear caution warning memory, verify no unexpected errors.
PLT, that's in work.
T-minus 2 minutes, 30 seconds and counting. External fuel cell loading is terminated, and the gaseous oxygen vent hood, or beanie cap, is slowly being retracted away from the top of the external tank.
PLSs go for auto sequence start.
And we have a go for auto sequence start. Discovery's onboard computers have primary control of all the vehicle's critical functions.
20.
T-minus 20 seconds. T-minus 15 seconds. The sound suppression water system has been activated.
10. PLSs go for main engine start.
We have a go for main engine start. And we have main engine start. 2, 1. Booster ignition and liftoff of Discovery, celebrating its 25th birthday by racking up science and supplies to the space station.
Houston now controlling the midnight ride of Rick Sturckow and his crew to the International Space Station. Discovery rolling onto the proper alignment for its 8.5-minute ride to orbit. 4.5 million pounds of hardware and humans taking aim on the International Outpost. "32 seconds into the flight. The 3 liquid fuel main engines soon will throttle back to 72% of rated performance down in the bucket, reducing the stress on the shuttle as it goes transonic. Discovery 3.5 miles in altitude, 4 miles downrange from the Kennedy Space Center. Standing by for the throttle up call now from Capcom Eric Bowe.
Discovery. Copy, go ahead, throttle up.
The throttle up call acknowledged by Commander Rick Sturckow, joined on the flight deck by pilot Kevin Ford, flight engineer Jose Hernandez, and Pat Forrester. Seated down on the middeck are Danny Olivas, Christopher Fugelsang of the European Space Agency, and Nicole Stott, hitching a ride for 3 months on the International Space Station. 1 minute 30 seconds into the flight. All of Discovery's systems performing normally. 17 miles in altitude, 18 miles downrange from the Kennedy Space Center. 1 minute 50 seconds into the flight. Standing by for solid rocket booster separation. Booster officer confirms staging a good solid rocket booster separation. Guidance now converging. The onboard computers steering the shuttle for its precise path to the International Space Station. Discovery 37 miles in altitude, 54 miles downrange from the Kennedy Space Center. 3 good main engines. 3 good auxiliary power units, 3 good fuel cells.
Discovery, 2-engine Maroon. Copy, 2-engine Maroon.
Three minutes into the flight, everything going very well for Discovery. 47 miles in altitude, 85 miles downrange. The orbital maneuvering system engines ignited. Discovery kicking on the afterburners for 1 minute 52 seconds, assisting the shuttle and its crew on their climb to orbit. Discovery flying on the singular power of its 3 liquid fuel main engines, draining a half a ton of fuel per second from the shuttle's large fuel tank. Discovery coming up on the point of negative return, where the shuttle will be too far downrange, too high in altitude to return to the launch site in the event of an engine failure.
Discovery, negative return. Copy, Houston, negative return.
Discovery speeding straight as an arrow on its night flight toward a date with the International Space Station Sunday night. 4 minutes 8 seconds into the flight, Discovery 61 miles in altitude, 163 miles downrange from the Cape. All systems in great shape. More than halfway toward its preliminary orbit, Discovery's engines, fuel cells, and auxiliary power units performing as advertised. Discovery now 212 miles downrange from the Kennedy Space Center. The Environmental Systems Officer reports the activation of a good flash evaporator system providing cooling for Discovery's avionics until the payload bay doors are open an hour and a half into the flight.
Single engine Istris 104. Discovery, roger. And Discovery, press to MECO. Roger, press to MECO.
That call from Capcom Eric Bowe indicating that Discovery can make normal main engine cutoff targets in the event of an engine failure. However, 6.5 minutes into the flight, all 3 main engines performing normally. Discovery now 466 miles downrange from the Kennedy Space Center. Less than 2 minutes of powered flight remaining.
Discovery, single engine press 104, nominal shutdown plan. Go for the 22nd plus X, no go to pitch. Discovery, copy all, 22nd plus X, no go to pitch.
Booster officer confirms a good main engine cutoff. Now standing by for external tank separation. External tank separation confirmed. Discovery now in its preliminary orbit. You can see the flash photography as Discovery fades away from the camera view. Good maneuver being commanded by Rick Sturckow, maneuvering Discovery so that those cameras embedded in the umbilical well can perform that flash photography of the discarded external fuel tank. An